This is You Know I Know, a podcast where you can come onto my house, drop your buffs, and learn something from this. Learn something Hey. Is this thing on? Literally, I don't even know. Once again, I just tried to restart it. Welcome to I hear people. Okay, welcome to You Know I Know. I'm your host, Zach Day, and thank you guys so much for coming back to the pod. I'm trying to kind of adjust myself a little bit here because... Oh, wait, I can hear someone. I hope you guys can't hear this in the recording, but I do live in a house with a couple of my friends right now as I am transitioning into a new phase of my life. And it's really hard to kind of have, some privacy and things like that to record. But I'm committed to this, okay? And I have been watching the Anna Nicole Show for the very first time. So for those of you who are just now joining me, if somehow you stumbled across this episode first, welcome. I did recap the first 2 episodes recently, and it's been such a journey. For my first time ever watching the Anna Nicole Show, it's been a trip. It's been really fun though, and kind of sad, especially these 2 episodes. Episodes 3 and 4 are a little bit just sad. So I will say that I was not necessarily enjoying watching these 2 episodes. I thought it was like kind of hard to watch, frankly. Also, this is a Coke Zero. I treated myself some ASMR for you guys. Wait, listen to this. Hopefully I don't, belch in the mic like I do a lot. But yeah, I treated myself to a Coke Zero before I recorded because I was having a hard time today. I got up this morning and went to the farmer's market with my friend and walked around, and then we got like brunch. And you guys know, if you've been listening, that I'm on an intermittent fasting journey and a gym kind of journey and trying to just like meditate like every day. And I've been struggling a little bit the past few days. And having to look at yourself in a monitor is, not the best. But I just got this shirt and I think it's really cute. Um, but I had to treat myself to a Coke Zero to give myself a little bit of energy so I could wake up and get on the podcast. So it was a good day overall, but yeah, I just was tired and I was like, you know what? I want to record the pod. I want to talk about these most recent episodes that I watched, which was 3 and 4. And I want to give myself a little something to look forward to while I'm recording and editing. So I got a large Coke Zero. Episode 3 kind of opens. I just want to give like a trigger warning to anyone who may go back and watch these episodes or even listen to this podcast. I'm going to try to keep it pretty chill, but I will say that both of these episodes were kind of triggering as someone who struggles with food and things of that nature. It's kind of triggering. I mean, I'm like fine. I'm fine, but it might trigger someone if you have like an eating disorder or if you are triggered by things that talk about eating disorders and body dysmorphia, body image, and things like that. So just want to preface with that before I really dive in here. Now that that's out of the way, let's get started. Thank you. Okay, so episode 3, there's what I've noticed now from the first 3 episodes is there's a cold open every episode with a talking head with Anna that looks like it's filmed at a completely different time and place than any of the other talking heads throughout throughout the show. She's in glam and she's kind of reading like it's very short. It's like a 30 seconds, if that, maybe like more like 15 seconds, just kind of like a little short cold open. And she says in this one, she says, friends, she says something about like friends are really, really important to have and da da da. And then she yells at Howard off camera. She goes, Howard, get me my, oh wait, Howard, get me my soda. And then the theme song starts. I'm like, if that's not me, I don't know what it is. Now, I don't really drink a lot of, well, okay, I drink soda, but it's always a Coke Zero or a Diet Coke. I do love a Diet Coke. Okay. I try to drink a lot of water. I keep a giant half gallon, I guess it's half gallon. Yeah, half gallon jug on me, maybe more. It's freaking big. Okay. And I keep that on me with water all the time. I can see it sitting over there right next to um my vape, and I'm disgusted by that. Let's forget about that. But yeah, my water's sitting over there. But I also have this giant, God, what size is this Coke Zero? It's got to be like, I don't know. This is a half gallon in itself almost. It's huge. So I'm balancing it out. It's all about balance. But yeah, I thought that was cute, and I thought that was a good cold open. Little did I know I was going to be led into a very triggering and disturbing episode. After the theme song, it opens with a talking head with Howard K. Stern. Boo! I agree with that woman. And he says, first of all, I'm like I said, for those of you who may just now be tuning in, I've never watched the series. I don't know like that much about this Howard guy. I don't know that much about the history of the show. I'm kind of just trying to go in and give like my first initial impressions of the show. Um Bad energy. Bad energy because he's Chiron as her attorney. But anyway, it opens with him and a talking head, and it says he's basically talking about the first time that they met, him and Anna. Him and his colleagues went out for an eating contest, and then there's a talking head of Anna where she says she won that eating contest. So, um, that's an interesting kind of first thing to do with your new friends. I mean, I get it. I guess you could do that, but for me, I was just like, that's so random in a way. And I'm so sick of us talking about like, oh God, just even her being like, "Where's my soda?" and stuff like that. It's like they're really focused on her body image, her body, her weight, and things like that. And I'm just like, y'all, I've had enough. I'm taking a stand. Thank you. Thank you. And she seems really good. Again, like she seems really, I mean, not like amazing, but she seems really good in her talking heads. She seems pretty like, with it and ready to work. She's there. She's recording her reality show, and she seems in a good headspace during these talking heads. But basically, hopefully you guys can't hear like me swallowing this soda, diet soda, in the mic. I'm gonna try not to do that, but I'm like a little parched. And basically he said, ever since that first day where Anna won, it's been contested, and they want to redo the eating contest. So basically, after that, it cuts to them and them being Howard, Anna, Kimmie, purple hair Kimmie, which I want to give an applause, but also I'm a little bit concerned about their relationship, Kimmie and Anna. We'll get into that. So I'm a little bit weary of that at this point. Yeah, anyway, all four of them are there. I'm like, where's Sugar Pie? Sugar Pie, famously my favorite character. It kind of cuts to them. They're sitting outside somewhere. It looks like a mall. I'm like, are they at like the Grove or something? It looks like kind of just like in an outdoor mall area. They're just kind of like sitting there. Anna blackout once again. I am concerned that they're filming her during these moments. And basically Howard's like, so if you lose the eating contest, what does the loser have to do? What are the stipulations of our eating contest here? And she says, if you lose, you have to get your face painted, hair put up, and go roller skating. Basically, a little roller skating and drag moment is what they kind of come to. And yeah, Anna is in pigtails and she's wearing a Marilyn Monroe shirt. And she's just there. Um, I'm like, where are they at? Okay, I can't be drinking out of that anymore because I feel like it's kind of loud. So they're all there, and then it cuts to them going to an Italian restaurant, as they say, an Italian restaurant to start the contest. I wrote down, I need to know what this restaurant is. Cut to a giant like a just an entire view of the front of the restaurant with the name, and it is called Mazzarino's. I did look it up. I had to because I was like, well, I want to go there. um it closed down permanently in 2016. There was a little, what would you call this, just a little quote about it in this article that I found. It says, another Valley dining legend has bitten the dust with the sudden announcement that Mazzarino's in Sherman Oaks has closed for good. And I had to make sure they were going to the right, like this was the same place. But I saw pictures on Yelp and it matched the pictures in the the show. It says the place never seemed to get back on its feet following a fire a while back. That's the quote. A fire a while back. Though the shutter notice wasn't posted until this past Friday, the restaurant was celebrating its 70th year in business, which makes me sad. So, RIP to Mazzarino's. Um, it looked, I was just like, okay, it's like the middle of the day and they're going into this dark, like, eatery, and it seemed very dark. Like the lighting was not stunning in there. But it cuts to them inside, sitting at the table, the four of them. And again, I just took a note about how Anna looks so pretty. Just like she's not wearing any makeup or anything like that. She just is like in, whatever she's in relaxed clothing, and she just looks really good. I mean, I just can't get over how pretty she is. And it just makes me feel so sad to see her in this state of mind. And I guess this is probably the general consensus, is that this show turns out, I think the show is going to just be focusing on her, um, unfortunately looking unwell. I'll say that. But even through that, she looks pretty. Um, and then it just kind of cuts to Daniel just like sitting there. They're waiting to start the eating contest, apparently. And I'm like, okay, is this an eating contest or is this just lunch? I was kind of picturing like a hot dog eating contest with like an announcer and kind of, everything like that. But no, they're just going out to lunch, I think. But anyway, Daniel he just seems really sweet. And I try not to get like sad about how this show and how their lives and everything just end up. I try to just view it from a 2002 perspective, I guess. But watching it 20 years later is really interesting. Kimmie brings up the 7 deadly sins, which I was like, first of all, that is religious. And Kimmie, she loves Jesus and she is woke and she is biblical. Secondly, I was like, oh, okay. I mean, Kimmie always wears a cross necklace too, by the way. If you guys don't know, she's with it. It also reminded me of, America's Next Top Model, 7 Deadly Sins photo shoot. Yeah. Yeah. Which, if you guys listen to the first episode of this podcast, I discussed that that was the first photo shoot. And the first moment I ever saw America's Next Top Model was Naima in the Envy photo shoot for the 7 Deadly Sins. And she looked gorgeous. So, anyway, Kimmie just again being woke and discussing gluttony. I mean, the first 2 episodes she's talking about police brutality, and now she's talking about 7 Deadly Sins. Her mind, you know what I mean? Her mind. It cuts to Anna Nicole, and the camera angles and the shots that they're deciding to air, where she's like barely able to keep her eyes open, is first of all, it's just not cool. But I guess that's what this show is. I'm sorry, but before I started this podcasting journey of me recapping Anna Nicole Show, I didn't know that it was going to be. I mean, I really didn't. So it's hard to see. I just didn't know that it was going to be like really sad for me to watch. I thought it was going to be funny and kind of iconic. And it is, but it is just like I'm seeing this kind of, when I said last episode that it does belong in a museum, it kind of does. It kind of needs to be like, this is what America does to someone who can't help it. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, I bet you, like, if back in the day, if they could have done something like this to like Judy Garland or Marilyn Monroe or any of these women that were having, some issues at the time, they would have. America loves to be nosy. God, it just disgusts me. So I'm sorry. I'm taking a stand. Let's see. It's uncomfortable to watch. But anyway, they order 4 small cheese pizzas and 4 manicottis. That's the quote verbatim. They bring it out, and I have to say, this is when I was like, I really need to find out what this place is, because it looked good. It looked really good. And if you're watching this on YouTube, I'm showing off my pizza tattoo. I love pizza. It's my favorite food. I know that's so basic. Sorry, please. I'm kind of a basic kind of girl. Like, it's cool. I'm okay with that. Pizza's my favorite food, and that pizza looked good, and I'm really sad to hear that the place closed down. So they eat that. They're kind of like, it's kind of cutting to them again, trigger warning, I guess, because it's just like close-ups of them eating and them kind of already starting to look like they are full and kind of uncomfortable already. And then they go ahead and order 4, quote, meat raviolis. And then it cuts to them just like eating all this stuff over the stereotypical Italian music, very America's Next Top Model when they go to like Italy. It's like, and it's just like, okay, like we don't have to do that. It's just weird to me, like filling time on these reality shows with stereotypical Italian music while they're eating in an Italian restaurant for like literally 5 minutes of the episode or 10 minutes of the episode. And I'm just like, do we have to see this? Man, it's crazy. And I also took note that I wasn't laughing because they were trying to make it seem like funny. And for some reason, I just wasn't laughing. I was just kind of like feeling sad watching this. It's like awkward. They're quiet. Like, I'm just like, if you take away the music, it's just these 4 people sitting in a dark restaurant in the middle of the day, just eating in silence. And I'm like, it just feels awkward. I don't know. I was uncomfortable. I was very uncomfortable. And then Kimmie stands up, reaches across the table, and starts wiping Anna's chin and like her mouth for her. And that's when I was like, okay, this is not good. So another like here just trigger warning for eating disorder and bulimia. If you want to skip forward a few, feel free. But it cuts to them kind of eating and stuff, and Anna being like, "Oh God, like I'm feeling full," and she excuses herself from the table to go to the bathroom. Seems like Kimmie goes with her. They're in there, and then Howard and Daniel get up and go to the bathroom door and like put their ear to the door, full cartoon style, and listening. And then there's like this ADR of like some audio from, it says their microphones, Kimmie's microphone or Anna's microphone, and you hear full out gagging and puking noises. Sorry. I'm sorry. Uh and Howard's like, "Ugh, that's so typical. Like, of course, Anna's gonna cheat and try to win the eating contest." And then Anna comes back to the table and Howard's like, "Oh, well, I bet you were in there throwing up," essentially. And they get into this really uncomfortable, weird argument. Um, he's mad because he said that he heard her throwing up, and then she just lets out a big ol' "you" in the middle of the restaurant. She's like, "Howard, you." And that made it made Daniel and Kimmie, I see them both kind of like off screen, just kind of like looking uncomfortable, and it have to be uncomfortable. He's like what, like 14 or something, like, and your mom and this man are just like screaming at each other in a restaurant during the middle of the day. Um, she starts talking about like, and this is where it was again sad. She's like, "If you can't trust me, like, why the F are you in my life?" And it becomes way bigger of an argument than I think than I anticipated, I guess. But I feel like Howard knew that she was in a vulnerable position and wanted to start some drama. I really do. I'm not just saying that. Um, Again, it's just like, how is this man her lawyer? Sorry, my neighbors just pulled up. I really need to like. I've been thinking about like getting a house, and I really want one, and I think that it's about time. Um, I'll keep you guys posted on my journey. I definitely will. But anyway, how is this man her lawyer? I would love to see some credentials. That is, I kind of need him to show me the paperwork, show me the receipts. Literally, I want to see if you passed the bar. Passed the bar. Thank you. It's like this guy. There's no way this guy's a lawyer. Sorry. So they're all just sitting at the table arguing, and then just Anna's like, "You know what? Daniel won," and then it's just like awkward and uncomfortable. And it cuts to a talking head of Anna where she kind of just says that Howard's her best friend. So this is the first instance where we get like Howard is like, yeah, he's Chiron as her lawyer, but this is the first time where she says, Howard's my best friend. That's why I'm mad at him, because he's supposed to be my best friend, and he's saying that he can't trust me, that I'm out here throwing up and all this stuff, and it's like that's why she's mad. And again, it just seems like he is fully coherent and is taking advantage of the fact that Anna Nicole is not in the best headspace and is trying to start an argument, when if he just like would have left it alone, she would have been fine. It would have never been anything like a huge argument or nothing like that, of course. And she just kind of says, "Actually, you know what I was doing in that bathroom? I was taking a big shit." So they're literally arguing outside of the restaurant. They're still going at it. They're just screaming. He's like, "You want me to get out of your life forever?" And she's like, "I never said that, Howard." It's, again, I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing. It shows her tripping up the stairs as they arrive back to their house. That's like the second or third time we've seen her just like tripping and stumbling and stuff. I'm like, why are you guys airing this? Who executive produced this show? I would like to know that as well, because this is inappropriate. I'm looking it up. The Anna Nicole Show. Does it say it on like a Wikipedia? Again, I have not done much research on it because I don't want to be spoiled about like anything about like where these people are now, Kimmie and Howard, and or anything like that. But I was curious just who is the executive producer. It doesn't it doesn't even say. It doesn't even say on the wait, let's see. Okay, executive producer Jeffrey Shore. What else has he done? I'm like, you're evil for this. I'm sorry. Y'all all are. America. I'm pulling up his IMDb. He was he was nominated for 2 Emmys? For what? True Hollywood Story. Okay. So he just like was an E person, I guess. Okay, please hey everybody, heads up. Don't open IMDb on Safari because it's going to like it's just full of ads. I can't tell anything, so I'll have to do some more research on that later. But yeah, they can all ride off. Yeah, I said it. So yeah, it shows her like tripping as they go back to their house after this eating contest, and immediately I'm looking for that leopard couch. I'm looking for that leopard couch, sweetie. I was like, loved that couch. It's still not there, and there's still like not much furniture. So I'm kind of thinking at this point, because it could be very easy for them to just have used them moving into this new house for the first couple episodes and then like moving on and not returning to that. But I was like, I wonder if they're going to show us like Bobby Trendy coming back, which spoiler alert, they do. Um, yeah, and then again, it just cuts back to Howard talking about how they're actually best friends, and that Anna knows more about him than his own mom. They like to push each other's buttons. That is not a professional relationship. That is not a client lawyer relationship. She needs to find a new lawyer immediately, and they need to not talk to each other. Who is this guy? God, I bet this is so frustrating. I bet y'all at home, if you've seen the show or know much about this, are probably like screaming at me. And I'm sorry, I'll get there eventually, but this is, it's a journey for me. It's a journey for me. I just know it. I know that I can sense the evil. I'm sorry, is that bad? What if he turns out to be great? You know what I mean? I don't know. So then it cuts to Anna talking about since Howard was an hole. Actually, I think in TV they would say like since Howard was an ass. If I remember correctly, they would bleep out the word hole, and I'm like, okay, we're censoring hole here. That's not very feminist of you. I'm just kidding. So anyway, since Howard was an ass, Kimmie is taking Anna to the tattoo parlor to get Anna's tattoo touched up, and then she says to get Anna's name tattooed on Kimmie's arm. I wish that I had a different sound effect for that, and I'm gonna try to pull it up right now. Let's see. Yeah, pretty much that. So she says she's gonna get Kimmie's name or Anna's name tattooed on her arm, and I immediately was like, "What?" That shook me a little bit, and then it just kind of cuts to Anna in the tattoo chair. She doesn't seem like she's doing very well, and I was like, "How can you?" I was like, "Can you get a tattoo when you are unwell?" Let's say. Like, I know that if you've been drinking or are like under any influences, you're under the influence of any type of what's the word I'm looking for right now, y'all? if you're under the influence, you can't be under the needle, I guess, apparently. So I was just kind of thinking about that. And also, Anna's in like full glam here. So I don't know like where they were going or what they, where they were coming back from or whatever. It definitely wasn't the eating contest because she was in a different look there. She was like in like no makeup or hair or anything, but for this, she's in full hair and makeup. I was like, okay, and she looks stunning. I remember thinking she looks so pretty here. Um, Cut back to the house. Howard apparently is there while Anna and them are at the tattoo parlor, and he's waiting for Bobby Trendy. Listen, I don't love Bobby Trendy, but I did love that leopard couch. Um, he's there. He's like, Anna's bedroom furniture is here, and he's like, Howard's like, well, we need the furniture. We need all the furniture. We need it now. We need it now. And Bobby Trendy's like, well, it's gonna be like 5 days per room. Like, I can't just like get everything over here right now. He's like designing stuff for this apparently, and like picking out handmade things for this. Um, and it's just like Howard acting annoyed by this. And I'm like, why is your lawyer in your home while you're not there? Um, but anyway, they start loading in, and Bobby looks fabulous, and he knows it. He's dressed for the TV today. He's in full glam in his own right. He's got like a scarf on, and he's just kind of ordering people around, and he's just like, custom draping, luxurious bedding. It's very drag, and he says, oh, I love a well hung drapery. And Howard makes a gay joke. I was like, you're not funny. Sorry, I'm not laughing again. He's like, I bet you do love well hung. And I'm like, stop. Literally, stop it. Um, So Bobby Bobby Trendy looks at Chris, whoever that is. I guess it's like an assistant of his, and he goes, Chris, can you hold the Chanel so I can see the headboard? And hands him his sunglasses. I'm like, oh God, okay, here we are name dropping brands. But he's performing. He knows that he's gonna be on TV, and he is performing. So for that, applause. Um so this is all happening. They're moving in the furniture. Cut back to Anna in a talking head, and she says her first tattoo is the Playboy bunny, and I was like, that's cute. She did Playboy. She was Playmate of the Year in my birth year, 93. And oops, not to violently out myself as older. Okay, that wasn't funny either. I'm not saying you're old if you were born in 93. Like, literally, you're so mad at me. I'm not saying that. But anyway, I thought that was cute. But then she said that she got it because she was young, dumb, and drunk. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, there answers my question of getting a tattoo while under the influence. Um, and he's like tattooing and touching up a tattoo that she already has of some sort of religious iconography, like a Jesus tattoo. And she kind of goes over all the tattoos that she has. And yeah. By the way, I'm desperate to look up where Kimmie is now. Guys. I want to know so bad because during this episode, I was starting to get like, especially when they said that she was getting Anna Nicole's name tattooed on her. I was like, hmm, hmm. Assistant that's also your number one fan. Freaked me out. Um, they're like holding hands, and Kimmie is being super in love with Anna. I'm sorry. I was like, you're literally in love. And I don't know, maybe she just really cares about her and looks up to her a lot. But then, jump scare. Kimmie already has a tattoo of a portrait of Anna on her arm. Is this mean? I'm not trying to be mean. I was like, whoa. Okay. Like, that was a true jump scare. I was like, I'm aghast. I didn't expect that in any way, shape, or form. I was already shook by the fact that she was going to get Anna's name tattooed on her, but she already has a giant portrait of Anna Nicole Smith tattooed on her. And then she was getting Anna's name, like her signature, essentially tattooed below that. And I was just like, this is so, oh my God, you guys, this is hard. Okay, let me get through this episode so that I can get on to the next one. A talking head of Kimmie says that she has a portrait of Anna because she's a great person and has done a lot for her. And the tattoo looks good. It's pretty. Cut back to the house where Bobby Trinity's trying to move stuff in, and there's no box spring to Anna's bed. There's like just a mattress on the floor. And so Howard's trying to blame that on Bobby. And I'm like, no, Bobby is your interior designer. He's not going out and buying you a box spring for your mattress. Well, for Anna's mattress. And if you're so close of her friend, why don't you go help her buy one? Why don't you go pick her out one? Why don't you go with her to the store instead of exploiting her for television? I know you're behind this. Uh, it's like literally leave. Why are you even there? Honestly, just like annoying Bobby Trendy while he's trying to do his job. Go away. Thank you so much. Damn, that Coke Zero is hitting. I will say the first couple drinks, I was like, this kind of have a funny taste to it. But it's pretty good. I'm like, it's really hot right here, like under these lights. Whew. Oh my God, wait, I just noticed that you can kind of see my computer in the mirror. Again, this mirror causing me problems, honey. I think I want to get like a giant, maybe like a fluorescent light that says, I know, and hang it behind me. Wouldn't that look so much better? If the podcast keeps going and I keep doing it, then I might invest in that. So far, I love podcasting. It's really fun. I love to talk. I know. Thank you. I don't love to film it though. I will say that. I'm just going to see how this goes because I feel like I was doing some research and everyone says that you should be doing it on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all this stuff. I'm like, of course. Yeah, no, absolutely. You're going to force me to be on camera. It's just like, I don't want to be forced to be on camera. Like, this is not, I'm not Anna Nicole, but it feels like it. Both of us being forced to be on camera against our will. Just kidding. I think because in her talking heads, she seems like she likes to do the show. Anyway, I was trying to make a joke, whatever. So, he's bringing in the furniture. Howard's being annoying. That's basically it. It's just Howard being annoying and then finally getting some furniture in the house. It cuts back to the tattoo parlor. And Kimmie just kind of, another kind of like random jump scare. Kimmie goes, I want my tongue pierced. Brave. I need more sound effects. I want to have like a dun 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 kind of vibe. But I guess I wasn't prepared for that today. Where's this one? I need to get like a podcasting, like a roadcaster or something where I can like load up the sound effects. I probably can do it on here. I'm going to do that after this. Anyway, so Kimmie wants her tongue pierced. And she's like a little bit scared, which is like so funny because in the next episode, she's fully sobbing about getting on a baby roller coaster, but she wants to get her tongue pierced. It's like, okay. So this scene, again, triggering. It's like, I can't believe all this happened in the same episode. The eating contest, the tattoos, the tongue piercing, a lot's going on. Kimmie apparently has a quote, really short tongue, so he has to do it kind of forward. That's not good enough for me. That is not, while he's pulling on her tongue with these pliers, he's just kind of saying, I kind of got to do it kind of forward because you got like a really short tongue. And I relate to her. I kind of have a short tongue too. I am tongue tied. I've had dentists tell me that they would have to clip it and I would have to go to 6 months of speech therapy. And I'm like, as a singer, I don't want to take that chance, hun. So again, I was freaked out by this. They show the entire. Oh, I'm not kidding. My stomach just flipped. They show the entire process of Kimmie getting her tongue pierced. I'm like sweating. I'm like breaking out in hives. It was really shocking to see because, yeah, if you like are squeamish, don't watch this scene. She is white as a ghost. She literally, like, all the blood drains from her face and she's like on her deathbed here. I was like, okay, this is so scary. Oh my god. And but she does it and she gets her tongue pierced and I hated watching that. Yeah. Hated watching that. Mm-mm. My credit cards keep getting charged. I need to cancel all of that. And I'll do that soon. Soon and very soon, we are going to see the king. Yeah, soon and very soon. Why am I worshiping right now? It is I was gonna say it is Sunday, but it's not. I'm having anxiety. I'm sorry. I just like I don't know. I've been having a rough time, guys. Oh, I just hit the mic. I've been having a little bit of a hard time because I'm in a weird place in my life and sometimes I remember. Me when I remember, it's like yeah. But I'll be okay. And this is so fun for me to just like distract me from my thoughts. I've been meditating a lot though, which is like actually harder than you think because it kind of puts you in a place of having to be alone with your thoughts for like 20 minutes and it's like whoa. But you're supposed to not think. You're supposed to like just kind of sit in silence. It's like, hey, even 5 minutes away from this stupid this thing in my hand, I'm okay with that, and I like it. So basically, after the tongue piercing, it just cuts to Anna talking her talking head, and she's saying that she made up with Howard. She likes to do this. She likes to fight with him and let him sweat it out and get him out of the doghouse, I guess. And she'll just make up with him. But then it cuts to a scene of them like hugging each other, but it's not from this episode. It's cutting to a scene that they filmed from the last couple episodes. She's wearing the same outfit that she wore when they were moving into the house. And I was like, y'all didn't think I'd notice that? Y'all didn't think I was going to binge watch this in 20 years and notice every little thing? Yeah, crazy. And this again made me kind of sad because Anna says in a talking head that he's the only person in her life. She's like, he's all I got. And I was like, oh God. And then she said that she's never trusted anyone besides him and Kimmie. I don't know. I can't. And then basically that's how the episode ends. And then during the credits rolling, it cuts to I was like, what is this? It cuts to Howard in skates and in full drag, like skating down the road because I guess he lost the eating contest. And I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. And I thought it was Love Connie. And that's how the episode ends. I feel like this episode is going really long. I also have episode 4, but maybe I'll do that in a separate episode. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna do that. Yeah. Um, yeah, I'm gonna do the next episode. I'm gonna go ahead and record it now, but I'll just put it out later so that the episode's not 2 hours long. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this recap. This was a triggering episode. The next episode is kind of too, so just bear with me to get through these episodes, and hopefully we can get back to laughy play time. Thank you guys so much. Don't forget to check me out online at Zach everywhere. Hit me up. Let me know what you're thinking about the show. Would love for you guys to be like following along with me, and we can have some discourse. Okay, I'll see you guys literally in like 5 minutes. Bye.